All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am in the Honorable Mayor of the great community of Steubenville, Dominic Musey Jr. He is a dear friend of your Pratt Pack, and why we are here? To serve up some DINO, as in Dean Martin, his hometown. The 20th anniversary of the amazing Dean Martin Festival begins June 16th. We'll tell you about that in just a moment, but everything that is Steubenville is DINO, and yeah, they could write a book every year and someone would want to buy it because he is still a very hot commodity years after his death. Now, Mayor, where is this from?
This is from Montalcino, Italy. That's where Dean Martin's parents were born and raised. In fact, the mayor of Montalcino, Italy, about 10 years ago, visited our community and brought me a gift.
Listen, my gift, Jim, show the man over there, will you please? That's my gift right there. Gus Manessis, ladies and gentlemen, National Donut Day on Friday. All right, as you can see, it really is about Dean Martin. What an amazing story. He did a little bit of everything in this town. Talk about his legacy.
Let me tell you, it is, first of all, our festival is going to be a really amazing and outstanding one this year, celebrating 20 years. But this year, Dean Martin will be 99 years old. Next year, we can't wait to celebrate his 100th birthday here in our community. As you all know, Dean Martin was born on June 7th here in our community.
You know, Brescia.
Yes, and grew up here. Today he came together. We'll have a concert at the amphitheater at the Fort Steuben, located on 3rd Street. We'll have activities on 4th Street in front of the Grand Theater that we're restoring, and hopefully one day that will be open where we'll have reenactments and impersonators coming in, tribute to the Dean Martin era.
You know, Franciscan University, the Fort Steuben Mall, Weirton Hospital, obviously Gus's amazing place over there on Main Street in Weirton. I absolutely love this community. WTOV 9, Friday Night Football, Harding Stadium, Coach Suckoch. But what really excites me is that Jimmy the Greek is also from this town. One of my all-time heroes who truly made that CBS pre-NFL game warm-up special. And he is buried here, I understand. Talk about this man a little bit, because he is still near and dear in my heart, and he did so much for his hometown.
Well, you know, the funny thing about it is Dean Martin and Jimmy the Greek passed away the same year. So
That's ironic.
Yes, the first memorial we had right across the street at the county courthouse, and that's the article that you showed, was a tribute to both Jimmy the Greek and Dean Martin. We had a great day then. Jimmy the Greek stays within fond memories of a lot of our community members, especially within the Greek community. I hear story after stories from his step-brother and some other family members about Jimmy the Greek. But let me tell you one thing, I'll take his odds anytime.
Well, my Jimmy the Greek was Ted Arnault, and still is, on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. And that's where I actually came up with this idea, and it's been a huge success. And Ted's son is going to be coaching Oak Glen this year. Ted's going to be the special teams coach. They open up against Weirton on August 28th. They're playing at the brand spanking new Weirton High School football stadium. Why do you think sports is so important in a town like this, still to this day? And by the way, let me say this. This is the first time I've been here since about a year ago, in the daylight. This is one of the most beautiful and clean towns that I think I've ever been in. And I know they're having the big panhandle party this weekend up at Mountaineer. Going to be a great time up there on June 3rd and 4th. But this panhandle, this region, do you think people really know what you have in Steubenville, this crown jewel?
Well, a lot of times I tell visitors to our community, one of the best kept secrets is let alone the appearance of our community and having all 4 seasons here and the beautiful Ohio River and all. But the friendship of our citizens is a key ingredient to the success of our community, and they take pride in our community. As you pointed out, a clean community, one that we hope people will take notice of and invest in.
Listen, I'm going to mention this guy's name only for a reason, because I'll tie it all together. Donald Trump. You know, a lot of people, when he was in Pittsburgh, I'm a huge fan of his. And I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen as we make the final push after the conventions in July. The Democrats, of course, will be in Philadelphia, and in Cleveland it'll be the Republicans. When Donald Trump was in Pittsburgh one time, he talked about the great coal community, bringing it back, and the steel industry. He kind of got laughed at, and I'm like, hey, if you don't think you can achieve it, you won't. You have to first start believing you can make it happen, and he is making people believe that. And I have a very special place in my heart for manufacturing. And Weirton Steel meant so much to me, as did J&L Steel and Bethlehem Steel and Crucible Steel, and U.S. Steel still does today. And I've seen what's happened in that industry, and the great coal industry as well. We need to have stand by these workers, and I know you've always done that with your administration. One of the things that I'm really hoping gets done is this Shell petrochemical plant. Now, yeah, it is in my backyard, and yeah, they've invested over $500 million, the good people at Shell. Could be $2 billion when it's done. It's the site of my father's workplace, my godfather and my grandfather. You add up those years, about 200 years they worked for Zinc Corporation, which is no longer there. I know if he were alive today, as would be my uncle or my grandfather, they would say, thumbs up, let's get it done, let's be progressive, let's move forward. If that happens, that is going to be such an amazing thing for this region. What would that mean to Steubenville, where you have some of the best manufacturing workers, blue-collar workers in America?
Well, we pride ourselves on the steel industry, the coal industry, and really the pottery industry. Those manufacturing institutions has a rich history here and provided a lot of good jobs. We're also hoping for the plant to be located within our region, and that will only lead to economic opportunities for our citizens and the region as a whole. It will also give us an opportunity for people to recognize our region and the ethics that we have and the workforce that we have. So we look forward to it just as you do in your backyard.
Listen, I always say that I work for food. I was wondering if someone would buy me a steak at Abdella's. How are they doing down there?
John Abdella's doing great. Of course, he's getting there in age,
right.
But his health continues to stand strong with him.
Good family.
He's still involved. He is the chairman of the Democrat Party, still the mayor of Stratton, a great individual, the whole family. And his brother, as our sheriff in Jefferson County, is outstanding.
Look, you've been doing this for a couple of decades, and we're going to close on this. Mayor Dominic Busey Jr., Steubenville, great place. Come visit, come down for the J, enjoy. I think you'll find it's a pretty special place. Great Ford Steuben Mall, they do a lot of things here. How have you kept this place looking so good when you two, like the rest of us, have gone through some tough times with the manufacturing base?
Well, it's building up consensus and having your community have a buy-in and understand what a great place you live in. Without a doubt, we have our good days and we have our bad days, just like any other community. But those bad days you put behind you, you don't worry about them, you just move forward. And our citizens want our community to move forward.
When Dean died on Christmas Day, I think it was 95, it was a very sad day in my household. And I've talked stories about how my mother for years would dance around the kitchen making pasta, singing his songs. My daughter, who's now 14, when she was 5, she was dancing around my living room listening to Dean Martin. He's such a big part of who we all are. So I want to take time to tell everybody to please come down, no matter where you're at within the viewing audience, to see what this incredible, wonderful festival is all about. And I've been promoting it on the radio or here with him, doing stuff like this since day one. Give the people the details they need to know to make sure they can come down.
I want to say something. When he died Christmas Day in 1995, I was at home preparing for Christmas dinner, Christmas visitors, family coming in, and the phone started to ring. And it was a lot of media people, and it was the national media starting to call me, and they were asking what was Steubenville going to do for Dean Martin. Well, I reflected on that, not for long, but reflected on it. And I started to think I would have listened, if I would have paid more attention to what my father told me, the stories about Dean Martin and all, I would have been better prepared. But I knew one thing, that Dean Martin would want us not to mourn his death, but to celebrate his life. The next call I got, I said that we were going to celebrate his life here in the city of Steubenville and celebrate his birthday. I didn't know his birthday at that time. I called his only living cousin here in town, asked what date his birthday was, hoping that it wasn't January 1st, because I would have a short window of opportunity to plan something. It was in June, on June 7th. We started to plan, right after the holidays, a festival, a memorial for Dean Martin, and it's been successful every year thereafter.
It must be in the water, because you guys all have great hair here in Steubenville. Jimmy to greet Dean Martin and you, so I got to start drinking some of that water down here.
I don't know about gray hair, but they're all gray, that's for sure.
That's okay. Hey, listen, the mayor of this great community of Steubenville, take some time out. I think you'll be pleased. Make your way down here to Jefferson County. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of us here in Steubenville, getting ready to celebrate Dean Martin's birthday on June 16th through that weekend, this is your Pratt Pack. Have a great day.